Hey everybody, I'm right here in Israel, specifically Tiberias, right off the Sea of Galilee. I mean, the Sea of Galilee is right there, so it's so cool. Hey, when we were traveling day before yesterday, they happened to mention about the Battle of Gideon, and I want to talk specifically about the children of Israel. And it seems like they're always that cycle they go through, where they are delivered by God, and then after a little while, they kind of forget the God that delivered them, and they put themselves in a position where they get out from underneath the covering of God. And I believe the number one thing that caused that to happen was this word, indifference. And I don't know, some people, kind of think hatred is the opposite of love, but I really don't feel that way. I feel like indifference is the opposite of love. And how does indifference play a part in us losing our relationship with God, and how easy is for that to take place? The second part I want to discuss is that the Lord told them not to worship these other idols. He said, you're in this land, but don't worship the idols of that land. And what they end up doing is obviously the opposite. They disobeyed God and they worshipped idols. Of course, we think to ourselves, well, we would never bow down to some big statue of some sort or a little trinket. We would never do that. But really, that's not what an idol was. An idol was anything you place above the will and purpose of God. So anything you make a priority more than God, that is an idol. So what are things in people's lives, or maybe even in your own life, where you believe, if you were to be honest, you prioritize it, whatever it is, more than you prioritize God? The next thing that we notice is that they put up with us for 7 years. And when you do something for 7 years and you know it's not the way it's supposed to be and things aren't the way they're supposed to be, you think they would come to their senses long before then. But it is something how the enemy is always trying to keep you in this little spot where it's not so bad that you just cry out to God, but not so good that you're seeing the blessings of God. So not low enough to weep, but not high enough to reap. And that's where the enemy wants to try to keep you. So I'm just asking you the question, have you noticed in your life that you live a spot that you don't really get desperate enough for God, but neither do you see the great blessings of God? And that's the spot they were in. And obviously the goal is to understand and see it for what it really is, so that you will cry out. Otherwise, there'll never be a change. Talk about that for a second. Are there spots in your life or places in your life, maybe you're there right now, where you can see the enemy just wants you to keep you in that little zone where you're not really doing anything bad, but certainly not doing anything great either?